Malo.
Right.
Good. No, we are from a company there in Botswana, Apex Properties. So basically what we do there, we also do sales and rentals, home loans, on residential, commercial, and we also do property valuations.
Okay.
Yeah, but this team here is only for residential.
Residential
sales and matching. So the reason for the purpose for our trip basically, we just want to see how we can pick up the brains, what is maybe few things that we can pick up from you guys that can just enrich and just increase maybe our skill, sharpen our skills in the market, so that just empower us also in closing the deals and handling the clients. Maybe some experience sharing, maybe you can just give us some directions with your experience.
Have you come across Jarvis in games?
Yeah. It used to be there, it used to be very visible. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried there, but that's head office problem, not my problem. But reason being is, look, we know Botswana very well.
Yeah.
Very many years for my sins, very many years ago, I opened 12 furniture shops throughout Botswana. And we, from Shakawi to Maun to Kanya to Labatsi to Khansi to wherever you want to go. But okay, I think it's a question of Isaac of saying, what do you, let's put it to you this way, and I don't know Botswana situation from a point of view of your rules, regulations, from your requirements in Botswana. Naturally, South Africa's introduced good 8 years ago, and you may or may not know, but they introduced every single estate agent. They took our industry and they grouped it with financial management, and so before you would just come in here and you would gladly sell homes. You would go and register with the Estate Agents Affairs Board, you would get your certificate, and it's more of an insurance in case you ran away with somebody's money, that the certificate, and I'm not being nasty when I say this, almost meant nothing, but it was a requirement, a statute requirement laid down by government. Okay, so nobody could trade, although in those days, and I've been in the industry since 1971, and in those days, people traded in South Africa, whether they had licenses or no licenses, they just traded.
That's where we are now in Botswana.
That's so. So what the government did, and quite rightly so, after all the many years, they said, wait a minute, all you people running around there, you are behaving like a bunch of cowboys. We've got to regulate the industry. We've got to have rules, regulations, systems. We've got to have an umbrella in which all of you work under, with a code of ethics, etc., etc. But for that, they then went to our services CETA board and said, come up with a training package that each and every single person coming into the estate agency has to undergo from a training point of view. So, very quickly, and we can gladly share the information, is that anybody joining an estate agency in South Africa now has to go, first of all, they take a year training as an apprentice, if I can call it as apprentice, and they compile a logbook called Portfolio of Evidence. So yes, whilst I'm training and teaching a prospective consultant, whether they list homes, how they advertise, what they do, and we'll go through all that in a half a second, they start putting this into the book. So as they work throughout the year, so they are compiling their portfolio of evidence. At the end of the year, they then, and it's a book that thick, which I'll show you, they then give it to the Estate Agents Affairs Board, who goes through to see how you wrote your ads, were they according to the ethical standards, etc. So we're not saying, and you can't advertise something that's, it's a beautiful home, Meanwhile, it's falling to pieces, as it were. You know the story. A gourmet kitchen, and you go in there and the tiles are falling off the walls, etc., etc. So they said, people, please, let's get the honesty, let's get the integrity, because our profession, right, needs to be lifted. Because in the eyes of, I don't know Botswana, but in the eyes of the South African consumer, second-hand car salesmen, lawyers and estate agents are the worst people to deal with. Okay? Because all you want to do is take our money, you've got no interest in us, etc., etc. I don't know whether that's an idea that your people have, but certainly in South Africa that's the way it was. Okay, make long story short, so that's a year. Then you had to complete an exam called an NQF4 exam, which is specifically tailor-made for our industry. And that, our services CETA came up, and that's the package they put together. And so each and every estate agent, after they've compiled the logbook, has to do an NQF4 exam through a registered provider. Colleges are there, some of the colleges, some private people or institutions have been accredited, both with the Estate Agents Affairs Board and Services CETA, and they run these courses. And you physically go and do 5 modules and over a period of 3 months. And you compile that, and then it's not a pass or fail exam, it's purely, do you know what you're talking about or don't you? Okay. Once you've done that, you then got to do a 3-hour open book exam through the AAB, which is called a Professional Designate Exam. And after that, on a yearly basis, you have to compile your points forever and ever, amen. As long as you're in the industry, you've got to get 15 points a year. Right, I don't want to tell you the costs, etc., because that's just costs and costs and costs. But that's the way our profession in South Africa now has been tailor-made. So every single consultant has to do a year training almost, on-the-job training, got to do an NQF4 examination. After that, got to do a PD examination, and only then will you be classified as an estate agent, which you then can sign a legal document.